The vision for us is to consolidate the global copper sector by acquiring standalone mines to begin with. And we do have an extensive pipeline of opportunities that we have developed through our own channels, not asking investment banks, but really developing the relationships that we built in the sector over the last 25 years.
Welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom, and joining me now is Artem Volynets. He is the CEO of ACG Metals. And Artem, it's good to see you. How are you?
Very well, Steve. Thank you very much. Good to be back on the program.
Yeah, well, you've had some exciting news recently, and really have set the stage for what's ahead for the company. And let's get right into it and talk about this transaction that you had in this picking up this mine, Gediktepe, I think is what the name of it is. And so exciting times for the company, and this is an exciting project as well.
Thank you very much, Steve. It is very indeed exciting times for ACG, and overall, I believe, for the mining sector on the London Stock Exchange. On Tuesday, we completed the transaction to acquire Gediktepe producing mine in Turkey. And today, we had readmission of our shares to trading. So as of today, we have a new copper-focused mining group on LSE. As you may know, there is only 4 pure-play copper companies. You have a giant Antofagasta with 660,000 tons of copper. You have 2 much smaller companies, Atalay and Taseka, with about 50,000 each. And we started in this segment with up to 25,000 tons of copper equivalent production from the Gediktepe mine. But we have big plans. We're looking to execute further on our M&A opportunities in a number of jurisdictions around the world to build a 200,000 to 300,000 ton copper producer in the next 3 years or so. So Gediktepe is the first step on execution of this strategy. This is an excellent asset. It is cash generating as we speak, to the tune of about $50 million in EBITDA per year. We are currently producing gold and silver, and we move into production of copper and zinc concentrate from 2026. And at that moment, obviously, the financial cash flows will also increase to the tune of $70 to $100 million per year in terms of EBITDA.
Artem, maybe you can talk about that transition from gold into copper. I know that there's some permitting that was involved, but you've attained all the permitting. So what takes you up to 2026, though? What sort of things have to be done?
Thank you. First of all, it's important to note that all the permits are in place, and we are blessed with having a very strong partner in the country, Charlie Holdings and its subsidiary Lydia Mining, from whom we are buying or bought the asset, and they will continue to be the largest shareholder in ACG Metals going forward, now with 38% of the shares. So it's a very strong strategic partner for us, and they have a great presence in the country, and it is because of them we have all the permits secured for the current operation, for the brownfield expansion that is required to go from production of gold and silver to production of copper and zinc with large copper and silver byproducts. That will be done on a fixed price contract with one of Charlie Holdings subsidiaries, GAP Intelsat, which is the main EPC contractor for us, with whom we'll have a fixed price EPC contract for $145 million. So there's no possibility of a capex increase or delays. And they're very experienced contractors. They've done a number of those projects in the country and internationally. So that's the next phase in the development of Gediktepe Mine. And while we are working and enjoying strong cash flows from existing gold and silver production and moving with a brownfield expansion to go to copper and zinc and produce up to 25,000 tons of copper equivalent, We also will be busy with our next transactions. We have a great deal of opportunities in not only in Turkey and in Eastern Europe, where you have this large copper belt expanding to, but also in Africa, North America, and South America.
So Artem, is the idea then, obviously it's great to have cash flow coming in. That's an important part for the company, is eventually to sort of be able to continue to self-fund moving forward, so you don't have to go back to the markets for capital, things like that?
We don't need to go back to the market to fund the brownfield expansion. We have offers on the table from the private credit organizations to fund the capex for that. We do not plan to go back to the market in any shape or form in connection to the first asset. If we have a next transaction, which also be cash generative and producing assets, most likely that most of the acquisition price for those assets will be funded with debt. They may be unlikely to be a small equity component, but at a different pricing point. And then we have just sold the shares today. The vision for us is to consolidate the global copper sector by acquiring standalone mines to begin with. And we do have an extensive pipeline of opportunities that we have developed through our own channels, not asking investment banks, but really developing the relationships that we built in the sector over the last 25 years. And mind you, growth through M&A is something that I've done in the past. I led all the key transactions that resulted in creation of Rusal as the world's largest aluminium company. And we are repeating the same strategy now in the copper sector, but now based in London and with the benefit of listing on the London Stock Exchange. As I mentioned, there are very few other pure play companies in London, and therefore we feel this is a good addition to the London Stock Exchange. And with a number of investors and analysts and mining professionals in the city, there has not been that many new mining company listings. So we're very pleased with the interest that our company has already attracted. And it's now up to us to deliver on this growth strategy.
Absolutely. It's going to be a busy one for sure. Artem, thank you very much. Great to catch up with you, and I look forward to following your story, okay?
Thank you so much, Steve.
All right, there's Artem Volynets. He's the CEO of ACG Metals.